And we are back with our Valorant stream from Vianney High School. We are here on the map Breeze, and we got some different guys playing today, so from Overwatch earlier today. So this should be a pretty good game. We're playing on Breeze. We haven't played on Breeze yet. A lot of these guys haven't played on keyboard and mouse before this week, but there are a couple of them that have played Valorant just a little bit before they came to camp this week. So, very similar team comps. We got the guys just playing on the basic 5 characters. Should be a pretty simple game and should be a pretty fun game. So, we thank you guys for joining us. So we got first round here for Valorant. We got all of the defenders, all the defenders stacked on the A site with 3 of them, and then we got the attackers coming out with A. See what they can do here. We got a little brim on brim. One goes down for the defender side, but a stage wall comes out. But there's a hole in the wall. See if we can get him through here. Stage does go down from the stage. Got Jet coming in here. Jet does go down. We're going to get the plan off. We got Silva coming through mid, and Phoenix is still on B.
One enemy remaining.
It looks like it's just going to be Phoenix left as the spike does go down. And looks like he's going to come through double doors here, but I don't know how much of a fight he really has unless he can clutch up. There's one kill. Only has 2 bullets left. He has to reload. There's one. Got the Brim peeking him here. See if we can get him here. That's another one. That's 3. Now he has a chance here. See if he can get the clutch, but the Jet does take him down for the side of the attackers. How'd you think that round went, James?
That was a good 3K from both the Brimstone and the Phoenix there late in the round. He had it really close. He's just not got a chance with that Frenzy with the long range there versus the Ghost from the Jet. It was a really good effort. Maybe with a different gun he could have had it, but I really liked what he did there.
See if the defenders can respond here. It looks like they're going to 4 stack on A and put 1 on B with the Sova. Attackers don't really know where to go here. It looks like they might just go through mid. There's no mid presence from the defenders here. But for a little bit of a mid push, they're going to be coming right through A. Looks like coming through A main and coming through cave. See if the defenders can get any picks here. So we got Sage with the spike going through going through the long hall, and the Phoenix does take down the defending Phoenix. And they're going to get some early picks, maybe get some site access, but there's still 2 more left there. Dart doesn't hit the Sage there. Now it does, and they got some behind them, and the attackers do take it for the second round.
That was a great flawless round there by the attackers. I don't think they quite knew where they were going, what they were doing at first, but they got it figured out. They went through cave, and they just stuck together, and they got those picks, and they didn't really let each other escape off and take those 1v1s. They all played together and held those cross angles really well.
So we got some full buys coming out, maybe some half buys coming out on both sides here. Got some Spectres, got some Vandals, Phantoms, 1 Ares in play as well. So it looked like maybe get 3 or 4 of them to go down halls here, but they're going to be force-sacking A and putting 1 in mid, so it'll be a pretty close fight here. We got the running gun, and it does work out for the Sage as they are running through halls. We got the Sova down. They're just all going to run through halls. We got Sage on the one side there. It's just the Jet left, as the Jet might be able to get a couple picks here as Phoenix does take down Sova, but trades the Phoenix. And it's just going to be demolishing for the attackers as they win with 4 players still alive.
There's another win there for the attackers. So far, these first couple of rounds have been a breeze for this attacking team with a 3K there from the Sage. Really helped them get that 3rd round and secure it down. It seems like they're kind of loosey-goosey at the start of the preparation phase, and they just kind of figure it out. They set up for a site, and they go in and they execute really well.
As you say, it is a breeze, James. This next fight might be a little bit of a breeze as well on the map breeze, as they get pretty much a free B site, but it's just going to be the Brim coming out, but he's just going to go mid, so might be some more here. We're going to probably get a plant down here. But nobody's planting the spike. There it is. The Jet is going to plant the spike as we get rotates through mid.
Spike planted.
And Sova's going to be going in first with a Judge. If they can take him down, though, they aren't able to. He does have a dart here. Let's see if he can get a dart to enter his team in. Gets no picks here. We do have a Brimstone fighting with a Sage, but the Sage takes down the Brim. Sova takes down.
Last player standing.
And it might just be a flawless for the attackers. But no, she does take down the Sage. It's going to be a 1v4. Maybe try to save here, play for exits. Just take it down another. With 34 health and a Dream. Gets the Phoenix as well. So we get a nice 3k in for the Jet, but the attackers are able to win the 4th round.
Yeah, there's 4 in a row for the attackers. I really think the defenders are just losing in the communications department. The attackers are really well communicated. They're sticking together. They're playing really well. And unfortunately for the defenders, they're just not talking, and they're kind of all over the place. Sometimes they'll all go to one site. They'll split sites. Hopefully this timeout for them can get things figured out.
So we see a timeout come in from the coach of Pilot Seeker. Maybe they could try to get a regroup, and we've seen for every site that they've kind of stacked on A. We're going to see what kind of response that the defenders can make here. We got 2 players with 4 kills, the Jet and the Phoenix, but everyone else is 0-4, and Sage with just the 1 assist. Every other player on the attackers does have at least 2 kills, with Sage top fragging with 8 and 2. See what kind of response we're going to have here. Won't be able to buy much on the side of the defenders, but they are going to try and buy some weapons here. See what the defenders can do here. As it does look like there's going to be a B push here, and it's just going to be a late entry for the defenders as the site is open. We just got Sage and Jet coming in late. Good. Pretty much the firing spot. Oh, Jet and Sage are able to pick off 2, but is responded to with the Phoenix and the Sova as we get an early 3v3. We get 1 from the Phoenix, but is traded off. You see Sova trying to take down the Phoenix, but both with low health, both are 1 shot. But they are able to get...
Spike planted.
They are able to kill the Phoenix, and it's going to be a 1v2. And Sova has full util. He has his drone and a dart, and the opposing Sova only has 3 HP and is 1 shot, but the Brim is at full health. See what Griffin09 can do here. So the dart isn't able to spawn him from the defenders. They got to play together here. It looks like we got Sova coming around, but he's not going to have much time As he does get the Brim peek off, but there's a Molly. Does a little bit of damage to him there. He's going to have the Sova on his right. And the defenders are able to win their first round. Great timeout taken from a Pilot Seeker as they win their first round and bring the score to 4-1.
They were a little late, but they did get that positioning figured out. I think they're split in 2 on sites and then 1 down the middle, which will help contest and slow down a push from the attackers. Whereas before, those last 4 that we saw them breeze through, it was really just a free sight for them, and they didn't really have much contest.
So, it looks like the attackers are going to try to go with their old strategy here and just run it down halls. See if that can work out for them with the opposing Phoenix taking a peek with a Phantom. So the Phoenix isn't able to land the shots off on the Sage, so it's just going to stay at 5v5. As I say that, the Brimstone go down. The Dart does spot him, but the Sage Wall comes out. Not really sure why, but there's a 3v1 on the Phoenix and kind of gave that Phoenix an exit here. But the defenders do take down the Sage, but the Phoenix does go down from the attacking Phoenix, and they might be able to get a plant off. But the Sova is double doors and kills 1, as we do get a little mid-fight here. Jett is trying to go for the Sage, but the Sage takes her down, and we got the Sova back in his spawn. It's going to be 1v2, and now it's going to be 1v1 with a full health, and he has his Blade Storm if he wants to use it. And he is able to take down the Phoenix. So it's going to be the second win for the defenders here. As we bring it back to 2-4. I thought they were going to bring it down to just to run it down halls, but the Sage Wall kind of came out and they probably had a free kill. But it's going to be a very interesting round here as both teams do have all of their ults. See if that can come into play here.
We are seeing a setup here for another A push from the attackers. We've seen it work well before. We'll see what it does here.
So we do have an op coming out from the Brim. We might be able to get one here. There goes one from the Brim. He's going to smoke it. He gets his pick. As we got more and more coming out A. And Jett is coming out with a spike here. We do get a Sova ult coming out. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to land on anyone, but the Phoenix takes out the Brim. Brim does miss his op shot. That is unfortunate. And it's going to be a 2v4 for the attackers. As I say that, it's going to be a 2v2 as the Jett does take down 2, and she might be trying to rotate out, but the Sova's still stuck on site. We see the Phoenix come out, but the Jett does take him down with the Spectre. And just as it was a 2v4, it is now a 2v1 for the side of the attackers. Now it's going to be 1v1. See if Jett can complete the 4K. And she does. Jett completes the 4K. And is able to win the round for the attackers as the attackers got bailed out by that Jett as it was a 2v4 as they just kept getting picked off. And we only saw the Sova ult come out there. Wasn't really put to use very well, but we see the attackers kind of come out with a B push. And the defenders aren't really looking at B here. So most of them are looking towards either A or mid. We do have a Phoenix. He might be able to come through mid to go to B, but we have everyone coming through to B here as they pretty much have a free site. It looks like they're just going to be able to get a free plant down pretty easily from the Sage.
Spike planted.
They're all going to have to rotate and play together. Sage does go down from the Phoenix as we got more rotating through mid, and Jett is still in halls. But Sova has a little flank coming around here. Might be able to get the Sova here. He does take him down. The Brim ult comes out as well, but it's just going to be another Jett trying to clutch up for his team here. Does have his Blade Storm. He sees the Sova, takes down the Sova with the headshot, and it's just going to be a 1v3. Puts his dash out and isn't able to take down the Phoenix. And the attackers take their 6th round of the half. Still got lots of ults in play here. Saw the Brimstone ult that round. We're seeing one ult every round. We need to see more ults if they defenders want to be able to take more rounds and try to even it up before they go on attack. So we do see the defenders coming to site here on B site, as the attackers are going to push all 5 onto B. They're both kind of playing back, the Jet and the Sage. We get a combat stim out. Sova Dart comes out, but isn't able to land anyone from mid. And the Phoenix ult comes out, and Jet takes down the other Jet. That is a big pick. But the res comes out, but if the Phoenix is lucky, he'll be able to get 2. But he isn't able to. But the Brim ult comes out, and it probably will kill the Jet, and both of them go down from the Brim ult. Sova's rotating through mid, gets the Phoenix, gets 1 pick. Sova is behind for the defenders, and we got a Phoenix lurking behind him as well. And the Sova gets 2, and he has a chance at the ace here for the clutch. It's going to be Sova and Phoenix trying to go and defuse the spike, and he already has it halved. I don't think there's any way he can get it. There's 1. Is he able to get 2? But he is. But the defenders did defuse the spike and take their 3rd round, bring it to 3-6.
Wasn't executed quite as the way I think they wanted it to go, but I did hear great communication from the defenders there. They had that Sova covering the defuse there so that he could buy him some time and get that defuse off in case they couldn't win that 2v1 battle, which inevitably they didn't, but they did win the round from that defuse, which worked out for them really well because they cut the lead now to 3.
So we're going to see pretty much same strategy that has been working. As the attackers are going to run down double doors and, go down halls, and does get the Jet an early pick, but is traded with a Sova killing another Sova. Still got some more ults in play. I'd expect some ults to come out this round. As everyone's coming through double doors here. They did expect it. Great hold off from the attackers here. It's just the Phoenix left. Does get 1. Can he get the Brim? No, he cannot. That was a great execution from the attackers as they saw the mid-rotation coming in and are able to take their 7th round.
This whole game, the attackers have really just been playing like a mob, just running around, sticking together, just picking them off one by one. The defenders are not playing very well together. They're not holding angles very well. I think that they could be definitely doing a little bit better, and they're also not cutting those sights in half like we saw when they won those first 2 rounds when they had 2 on each and then 1 down the middle. And then the last couple they just let them walk on sight.
We see the same execution. If it just keeps working, just keep trying it. And they're going to run down halls here as the dart comes out. Isn't able to spot anyone as we got 3 on B and Sova mid and only 1 on A site. If they're able to take down this Phoenix, they might be able to have a free site. And they should be able to get this Phoenix taken down here from his ult. And they do. But we got the defenders coming out through mid, and the Brim gets the 3K with the Judge. As the attackers are in a 2v3 situation. We've seen them do it before, especially with the Jet. Maybe she can try to clutch up again as we're down to a 2v2. Make that a 1v1, and they are right next to each other. I don't think they're there. The Jet's just going to go for it. Doesn't know he's on his left, and then Sova is able to clutch it for the defenders.
There's a great retake there from the defense. They got that 3K with the Judge, and then they just walked back on. They were able to hold those angles well. That Sova caught that Jet off guard, didn't know he's behind that box. And, well, again, put this lead up to 3 rounds now. Hopefully trying to take it back. Maybe tie it up and take the lead.
Unfortunate. Unlucky for Jet, as she didn't know that Sova was on his left, maybe looking towards more towards mid. And looks like the attackers are going to try to hit the B site here. Especially with the Odin, maybe the ult will come out for the Phoenix as we got more ults in play. So he's just going to walk through the Molly, and it could work and they wouldn't expect it, but the Sage does take him down, but is traded. As the Sova rotates through mid and completes the 2K and is able to take the last round. And they bring it to 5-7.
There's a great and important win there from the defense as they send this thing to halftime where they will go to attacking now. But that attacking Phoenix last round, I don't think he quite knew the delay there on the Odin. He didn't really get a shot off there. Didn't predict that Sage coming around the corner, which he really was just shooting a target, really.
So we see a swap in sides here. Maybe a little bit different strategy. Wonder if the defenders here, previous attackers, will try to push forward like they did on attack, but the dart does come out, isn't able to spot the attackers, and they're going to kind of come through mid here with the Brim and the Jet, and the Sova's kind of there holding it. Maybe he might be able to get a pick if the Jet is able to peek. Oh, but they see him, and he only has 3 HP in a Dream. And it's just, they're just going to be coming from both sides here. And they are able to take down the Sova and the Brim covering site. But we do have a Jet coming through mid. Is able to take down the other Jet. And Phoenix is taking out the other Phoenix. So we got an early 3v3 with a spike down.
Last player standing.
And it's going to be 2 taken down from the mid site. And it's just going to be the Phoenix left to try to complete the 1v3. He does spot the Sova. And doing a little bunny hop and try to avoid the shots here. But they are going to all rush him. He does get the pick on the Sova. And they bring it to 6 rounds. So they do get the plant down. Bring it to 6 rounds to 7.
There's another great win there from the attackers. They're really switching things around here as they were down, I believe, 7-3. And it's really difficult when you're down by 4 or 5 rounds to kind of just pick things back up, especially when you see that big of a deficit. But they really have, and now it's within 1. And I think that the attackers have a really strong setup here with sending that 1 off.
So as we're looking here, it's going to be almost a free sight for the attackers. We just got the Brim. They're going to play it very safe. We do got a Phoenix rotating through mid. Might be able to get good timing on the Brim here, but he doesn't peek to his left. But they do still take down the Brim. They're just going to have a free sight. And come on in here as we got the defenders rotating through mid. Someone going through hall, and we got Sova coming through mid as well.
Spike planted.
Sage trying to shoot long range. Spectre doesn't really work out. Does a little bit of damage. As the Brim does take down the Sova, it's going to be an early 5v3. Sova's just, I'm sorry, Phoenix just going to walk through the molly. And there's just going to be the Jet left for the 1v4, which she has done before, but with the Stinger and a Dream, doesn't complete it as they bring it back to 7-7.
They've tied this up here. They've been down this whole game a pretty good margin, so bringing it up to the tie here has really given them some momentum. I think it's really bringing down the morale of the defenders. They haven't had a win in 4 rounds. Even then, it was just a quick deathmatch win. The attackers are really setting up a better style here.
So we're going to see the first time the attackers are going to hit the A site in this half. So there are 3 on A. See if they can do anything here. They're just going to hold W and walk on in. And the defenders are going to let them have the site with almost no congestion. We do have a little rotate coming in through here. And it's going to be the Brim that might go down from the other Brim with the op shot, but the Sage does take him down, and the Brim does take down the Sage. Spike is down, and we got a 2v3 from the defenders. And he sees him with the op, but the op does take down the Sova. The Jet is trying to do long range with the Spectre. She has a dash, but doesn't dash away. And they have their first lead of the game.
It's a big one too, especially here late in the rounds where they only need 5 more to win the game. Really just pummeling and breezing through this defenders who haven't won a round here in 5 rounds. If I was saying something, the Brimstone, you could use a reaction test. That was a little bit of a wacky op there, but other than that, had a couple kills, looked for good picks, good for the attackers.
It's going to be a very crucial round for the defenders to win to tie it back up. It's their money. I don't know how they can come back from this if they lose, but as we can see here, the attackers have a free B site. They don't know that yet. There is nobody on B. As we do get some rotates coming in pretty early here. As we come back, we got a 3v3, now a 3v2. And the attackers are up in favor. Make that a 2v2, and now a 2v1 for the attackers as it's just the Sage with the Marshall. She sees them, but isn't able to kill the Jet, who has literally 2 HP. Jet is going to go around. I'm sorry, Sage is going to go around, but come back. She doesn't have much time. She might just have to hit the save here. As both of them went off site. She might try to hit the defuse, but it's going to be too late. She won't be able to get it. And the Jet does take her down. And they have a 9-7 lead.
Attackers only 4 away now. They have won 6 in a row now, I believe. As we're about to get a timeout here from the defenders, who could really use it, as they really need a win here to gain some momentum back, as the attackers have really kept it even before half, when they had that one defense win where they really gained that momentum, really started to push things forward, and really made things a different game here. They were losing quite a bit, and now they're up 2 rounds.
So on the defenders' money side, they don't have a ton of money left. They're going to try to buy some rifles here, but they're not going to have too much money left. And if you didn't know, we got 2 of our guys that are on the Viani Esports teams coaching these campers here today. So we see a timeout almost coming to an end. And it looks like they're going to be, the attackers might be hitting through mid, maybe a little B push, as Keekster is trying to tell everyone to spread out a little bit, not 5-stack on the defenders. Looks like Phoenix and Sova are going to be defending on the B site here. Phoenix is going to run out. He's facing the wrong way and is taken down from the Jet. So the Sova darts do run out. No damage done, but they do know where the Sova is. And he does take down one with a headshot. Can he get the Jet? 1 HP. If the Jet peeks, he's dead. And the Jet is gone. But he's going to go down from the Brim ult. As we got the Brimstone with the flanking Ghost. And it's just the Sova left, who rotated to the A site. He's got his ult. He's going to have a dart up for everyone. But it's going to be the defenders with the 3v1. As he might try to play off his ult here.
Nowhere to run.
We do see a Brim or a Sova ult come out. He does get 2. And it's the Sage wall that's there. He might be able to get to the clutch. She doesn't know that she's there. And the Sova clutches out the 1v3 for the attackers.
Just
and
a
takes
great
the 10th round.
Sova ult there. As a fellow Sova main myself, I would have preferred him be behind the wall, maybe not expose himself there. But getting the 2 there was really crucial. It was a great round win, especially being down in the clutch 1v3. It's a difficult one to come back from, but he really executed that well. Had a little help from his coach, but it all went well, and he got they're up 3 rounds now, as they used to be down 3 rounds most of the game.
So we see a little 3-stack from the side of the defenders, and they're kind of expecting for the B side to come in, but the Sage is coming in with the orb. But she isn't punished for it, and now she is punished for it as everyone peeks her with the Brim now coming in. It's going to be a 1v5 right here. I don't know how much damage he can do, but we do have a Sova on the flank, and I don't think they know. They are going to get on site for free, but the Sova could do a lot of damage on the flank. We see the Phoenix coming in with his ult. We also see the Sova coming in with his ult.
Spike planted.
Doesn't really know where everyone is. Doesn't get a single shot off on them. We get some trades coming out here. It's going to be a 4v2, but they know the flank is coming after he used his ult. It's going to be a 1v4 for the Phoenix. And with the inaccuracy of the Ares, isn't able to take down the Sage. Sees the Sage again and gets him that time, but is killed from the brim from behind.
One more away from putting this thing in match point. I think the problem for both of these teams when they were on defense is they both just like to play as a group and as a mob mentality, which is why it works out so well for them on attack, but not so much on defense. If you pick the wrong site, you're running across the whole map as 5v5, and then they're just watching all the entrances and they're getting all the picks, and it's just not going to work out well for you.
So the attackers bring it to 11-7. They need to win 2 more rounds to win the game, and they're just going to be hitting B again, and for some reason, they only have 2 on B. So the dart comes out and spots them. We do have some flankers coming around. Got the Brim and the Sage on the flank. Might be able to do some damage here. We get the Sage on the flank here. Might be able to take down the Sova. Sova didn't even hear him, but we already have 4 kills, and now the flawless for the defense. That's their first defensive victory. Great response from them with their coach, Geekster.
It's a crucial win there from them. It's the first win in 8 rounds, as they need to gain some momentum back here, especially if they want to keep this thing from going to overtime and having to punch up the whole time. It would be much better to have this even fight here and win this thing in regulation if they could.
So we're going to see the attackers hit the A site here. And they don't have anyone A. They have everyone mid, and they have a Sage in the halls, but they are rotating super fast, and the attackers aren't really coming out. So we see the Brimstone take down one with an op. We got the opping Brimstone. But we do have a Brimstone on the flank with the spike down. Gets his molly out, doesn't even see them behind him. He can get a bunch of kills here if he does. He's right. He needs to aim down a little bit, and he does get 2. Maybe he can get 3 on the Brim, but he has to reload. Brings out the Ghost. He does see the Brim right there. He might be able to take down the Brim, but I don't know about the Sova. The Sova just take him down, but it's just going to be a 1v1. She does have a res, but the Sova's right there and does take him down and brings it to 12-8 for the attackers.
The attackers will go to match point here. They're 1 round away from winning this thing. That was a great flank there, but he couldn't quite get it with the Ares as he had to reload. He had a couple missed shots when he didn't ADS the first couple times, and with an LMG there, you really want to ADS.
So we're gonna see the attackers pretty much 5-stack on the B site and try to just put this map away. So we got the defenders. Nobody's on B site once again. We just got everyone in on A and mid, but they're gonna rotate pretty early. So I think they know they're going to be. So we see the Sova getting the plant down super early, so the defenders are gonna have to take this site pretty fast away. We got a Sage on the flank here. We do see the Odin come out. We do see the Brim ult come out as well. No harm done, and we got an early 3v3. Sage on the flank. They don't know the Sage is on the flank. And the Jet does go down. The res comes out. So we got a 3v2 for the attackers with the res out. With both players on the flank.
One enemy remaining.
And now it's going to be a 1v2 for the Brimstone as the Sova takes down 2. And he has an Odin and a Shorty. And the Sage does take down the Brimstone. And it's going to be a 12-9 return.
There's a good win there from the defenders. They're going to need 3 more in a row if they want to push this thing to overtime and hopefully win this thing. the attackers here, they just need one. That quick sight take is key to this win here. They just need to hold it a little bit longer and watch that flank that the defenders are so good at getting onto. And they don't really expect it, and they can usually find 2 or 3, which is really detrimental to that last couple of rounds.
So with the almost success of that last fight, the attackers are going to go back to B, and looks like there's going to be a replay of the last round with the Phoenix coming out with his ult, but everyone's going to be rotating through mid super fast. They might be able to get the spike down pretty fast. He might have another fast round coming out. He does get one pick onto the Sova. The Sage does have a res if she wants to hit it, but the Sage is flanking behind. She won't be able to. There's one for the Sage. And doesn't get the second, but does a lot of damage to them. We see 2. We get the 3K. Can she get any more for the side of the defenders as the attackers are now in a 2v3?
One enemy remaining.
We get the 4th, and the Sova brings out the ult. She might be able to get it off. And the Sage does complete the ace for the side of the defenders, and it's going to be a 12-10 map.
There's a good ace there by the Sage after the attackers saw it in the last round. I feel like they should have expected to see it again that round, but unfortunately they didn't, and there was a very detrimental flank, like I said, that burned them in the last round, and it burned them that one as well.
Very good ace from the side of the Sage there. As we do see a timeout come out from the attackers, and they're trying to put the map away, but they've lost 2 in a row as they've gotten an early plan off, but the defenders have just responded well with their rotations and their flanks. Got a little attack plane coming out from the attackers, and it sounds like they're going to run through mid. May have overheard that from their coach. See if that's executed well and see how the defenders can respond to it. So there hasn't been a lot of mid fights that much this game. It's mainly been a lot on A and B. It's just been a lot of rotations through mid as no one's really been watching it from either side. It looks like they are going to run through mid. You can see on the map that they might want to hit A through mid, as there are 3 players on mid, and we're going to get an early interaction here. And we've got the whole firing squad coming down on the Phoenix. That's going to be an early pick, but they respond with the Sova from the defenders taking down the other Sova. So we see just trades coming back and forth, and we already have a 2v2. Now make that a 1v2. And the defenders breeze through the attackers there. And they also have 5 ults online. See how they want to use those here. So try to force an overtime.
The attackers only need 1 more here. After winning 8 in a row, you feel like it should be a little bit easier, but the defenders have figured out their problems, and they're starting to find these picks and these nice flanks where they're finding these kills that are really giving them an edge over the attackers.
So what we're going to see here from the attackers is that they're going to pretty much just full rush on A. We see the Jet is peeking them a little bit. She does see 1, she spots 2, and she is calling out that they are A. We see the Sova get the early plant off. It's going to have to be a full retake from the defenders. That's an early pick from the Brimstone. Make that 2, and it's now a 3v4 for the side of the attackers. We do see the Sage Res come out. Does miss a shot, and it's just going to be the Jet that's going to have to clutch up. She does run out of ammo. She does have her Blade Storm, but it is going to have to go to an overtime. The attackers put away, or the defenders put away 4 rounds to force the overtime. They were down 8-12, and it will now go into overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
the attackers, who are now going to switch over to defenders in overtime. Hopefully getting something set up here after losing 4 in a row after they won 8 in a row for themselves. Trying to get an even spread on the defense here, but they've got no B. They've got 3 going A and 2 going B for the attackers.
We do see the attackers a little split here. Kind of the first time we've seen this in this whole match, is we got the Sage going out early, but she does go down from the Phoenix.
Spike down A.
And the Sova goes down from the Phoenix as well. It's going to be an early 2v5. Make that a 1v5 for the Jet. And she's just sitting mid. She's going to have to clutch up. They don't know where she is, but they're just going to sit on the spike, and she's going to have to play 1 kill at a time. Not much damage done. The Molly does come out, so she isn't able to push through. She's just going to have to play as slow as she can. She's coming through the spawn here, and she's not slow walking, so they might be able to hear her. She spots one, takes down the Sage, but the Jet still needs to get 4 more kills and able to clutch out this round. Isn't able to get the Phoenix, does a little bit of damage, but has 58 health left. We do see the Sova coming up to her. Will he be able to get the kill? No, the Jet does kill one. She has a little over 20 seconds left, but the Phoenix is able to take her down.
They'll get that crucial win there. Now they're again
sides.
back in this
Match
1-away
point.
position. We'll see if they can hold up to this one. They didn't do well those last couple of rounds on attack, losing 4 in a row, thanks to overtime. We'll see if they can win just this one. Try to send this thing to the win.
So you see from the scoreboard here, we got 2 top-dragging Sovas. Very unusual, but got the duelist pretty close by on the side of the attackers now. And it looks like they're going to be hitting B. Very similar to what they did when they were on attack.
Breezing through the other players.
Just keep getting these breeze words coming out here. We do see a trade happen here. We got 2 Sages down. That's going to be both healers down on both sides, which could be crucial as Sova takes down one, but is traded back from the other Sova, and it's going to be a 3v3. We get a flank here from the Odin. He doesn't see him behind him. He might get the knife off on one. Is he going to get the other one? And he does. He gets 2 knife throws to bring back the round.
Switching sides.
Wow.
Time.
Unreal.
What a split game here. It's very obvious both these teams have very even play styles. They were able to shut down that first flank from the Sage there, but they didn't quite see the guy with the Odin who came in with the 2 knife kills there at the end.
It's going to be a 13-13 game, as our camp actually did end 2 minutes ago, but they are staying late, trying to win this game here. Might have been the craziest round I've ever seen. Trades coming back and forth, and we end the round with 2 knife kills. The attackers are going to try to hit the B side here, and we are going to get some flanks off. Very common in this game from both sides. So we see 1 go down. We do see 2 go down from the Jet. She already gets 2 early picks. And they're going to play a little more slow here. So flankers are going to go back to the A side. The Jet does get 3 before she is taken out. As we see flankers coming back, but the Jet does kill 2. The Jet kills 2 and only has 2 more left, but she doesn't have the spike. And she is taken down from the Phoenix.
There it is again, the defenders back in this position to win it
Switching
again.
sides.
They've had it
Match
twice.
point.
Can they get it here? They would love to see a win here from this really extended game that could have ended like 5 rounds ago.
This map is nothing but a breeze from both sides. But we're going to see something fairly unusual that was happening late in this game, and that is hitting the A site instead of the B site. So it looks like the defenders are going to kind of go through mid here, but we do have Brim kind of coming through halls, does come out through the venting, as some people would say. They're going to try to hit the A site, but they kind of waited a little too long. As the Brim does take him down
A.
through double doors, but the Phoenix is traded from the other Phoenix as it's early 4v4. Phoenix is low, the Jet takes him down from the flank. He runs out of ammo, can the Jet take him down?
One enemy
He
remaining.
does! And it's going to be a 1v3 for the Brimstone, who is sitting in the halls, who has only one smoke and one stim left. He does spot the Sova. He's able to spot the Sova. He might have a chance. He does kill the Sova. He does see the Jet too. It's going to be very difficult, but he has to play it right. Just coming through mid here. Does get the stim down, but he does take him down as we get a 14-14 tie.
Switching sides. Overtime.
All right, this will be the golden point. So whoever wins this round will win the match. So the defenders are technically back in the position for the 4th time to try and put this thing away, as hasn't gone very well for them here.
So we're going to see an A hit here. This will be the last round. Whoever wins this round will win the game due to time constraints. This did end 5 minutes ago. And it is lunchtime for all the helpers here, so we do see an early pick from the defense. But the spike, oh, he doesn't spot him. But the Jet does hear him. He might come back and try to pick him off here if he peeks him at all. Playing a little slow here. So was playing this very smart, not really taking anything for granted here, not really peeking him. He's just going to sit there, but the rest of his team is kind of sitting in halls. We see the rest of the team just sitting there. It's very unusual. We got the spike by himself on the B site, but the rest of his team is in halls, as they are going to hit the rotate around through mid. They're playing this super slow. Very unusual for this game, as they are going to rotate to the B site, but they don't know is that their opponents did actually rotate, as the Brim might come through here.
Left.
And he gets one. It's going to be a 4v4. This is as even as you can get. It's going to be a 4v3 on the B site, and they do get one. Now a 4v2 on the site with a Solo coming through mid. And it's going to be one. Can they get the other? The Phoenix does get two. And it's going to be a 2v1. And they got to plant the spike.
10 seconds
Get
left.
that spike down.
They got to plant the spike, and the Sova's just in mid. He doesn't know where it is.
Spike planted.
Does get the plan off, and it's going to be a 1v2 for the Sova. This is the golden point. Whoever wins this will win. It's going to be a 1v1 for the Sova. Sova versus the Jet. He does see him, and he does hit the clutch, and he can hit the defuse, and that is going to be the win for the defenders and Power Seekers team.
On their 4th chance of putting this thing away, they will finally do it. After they had 3 other chances where they just kept getting it tied up and they could not put it away.
Switching sides. Match point.
So that is going to be it for us today. That is going to be a win. That is going to be it today for our stream. We'll be back later today. We got a big game. We'll be back later today for our 4th session. We will see you guys then. Thanks for coming out.